हरे कृष्ण माताजी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। येन वावकलौ मनुजापसदाः देवमाया मोहिताः स्वविधिनियोगशौच चारित्रविहीनाः देवहेलनानि अपव्रतानि निज निजेच्छया गृह्णानाः अस्नान अनाचमन अशौच के केश उल्लुञ्चनादीनि कलिना अधर्म बहुलेन उपहता धियः ब्रह्म ब्राह्मण यज्ञ पुरुष लोक विदूषकाः प्रायेण भविष्यन्ति। हरे कृष्ण। थैंक यू माता जी।
हरे कृष्ण। चित्रा मोहिनी माताजी, गो अहेड प्लीज।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। येनावावकलौ मनुजा अपसधा देवमाया मोहिताः स्वाविधिनियोग शौच चारित्रविहीन देवहेलनान्य अपवित्राणि निज निजे इच्छया ग्रहाणान् असन्ना
कलौ मनुज मनु
केश केशोल्लु उच्च नादीनि कलिनाधर्म बहुले नो उप अतधियो ब्रह्म ब्राह्मण यज्ञ पुरुष लोक विदूषकाः प्रायेण भविष्यन्ति। हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
थैंक यू हरे कृष्ण। सुरेखा माताजी।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी, दंडवत प्रणाम। येन वावकलौ मनुजापसदा देवमाया मोहितः स्वविधि नियोगस्यौच चरित्र वाहिनी देव हेलनानि अपव्रतानि निज निजेच्छया ग्रहणा असना अस्नानाचमना शौच केशोल्लुचनधीनि कालिना धर्म बहुलेनोपधाता धियो ब्रह्म ब्रह्मण यज्ञ पुरुषालोक विदूषकाः प्रायेण भविष्यन्ति। हरे कृष्ण।
थैंक यू कृष्ण। वेंकट नरसिम्हा प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
हरे कृष्ण।
येन वाव कलौ मनुजा पसदा देवमाया विमोहिता स्वविधि नियोग शौच चरित्र विहीन देवहेलन अन्यपव्रतानि निज निजेच्छया गृह्णान अस्नान्य अनाचमन शौच केशोल्लुंचि नदीनि कलिनाधर्म बहुलेनो अपहत धियो ब्रह्म ब्रह्मण यज्ञ पुरुष लोक विदूषकाः प्रायेण भविष्यन्ति। हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
थैंक यू हरे कृष्णा। विजय कुमारी माता जी।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। येनः वावकलौ मनुजापसता देवमाया मोहितः स्वविधिनियोगशौच चारित्रविहीन देवः हेलनानि अपव्रतानि निज निचेच्य कृष्णान अश्ना नाना समान सौस केशा लुञ्जानि दीनि कलिनाधर्म बहुले नोभः भगत द्यो ब्रह्म ब्राह्मण यज्ञ पुरुष लोक विदूषक प्राणयेन भविष्यन्ति। हरे कृष्ण माता जी। थैंक यू।
हरे कृष्ण। अंजलि माता जी।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी। ये वावकलो मनुजा अपसदाः देव माया मोहिताः स्वविधि नियोग शौच चरित्र विहीनाः देवहेलनानि अपव्रतानि निज निज इच्छया गृहणाना अस्नाना चमना अशौच केशा उल्लुनचना अदीनि कालिना अधर्म बहुलेना उपहृत धीयः ब्रह्म ब्राह्मण यज्ञ पुरुष लोक विदूषकाः प्रायेण भविष्यन्ति। हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
थैंक यू हरे कृष्णा। शुभा राव प्रभु जी, हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
प्रणाम।
येन वावकलो मनुजापसदा देवमाया विमोहिताः स्वविधि नियोग शौच चारित्रविहीना देवहेलनान्य पव्रतानि निज निजेच्छया गृह्णाना अस्नाना च मना शौच केशोल्लुञ्चनादीनि कलीना धर्म बहुलेनोपहतधियो ब्रह्म ब्राह्मण यज्ञ पुरुष लोक विदूषक प्रायेण भविष्यन्ति। हरे कृष्ण
हरे
माता।
कृष्ण। रेवती माता जी, हरे कृष्णा। हरे
येन
कृष्णा।
एव वावकलो मनुजपसता देवमाया मोहिताः स्वाभिधीन योग संचार चरित्र विहीन देवहेलनानि अपवृत्तानि निजे निजेश गृहणान अस्नान मनसौ च गोसल्ल जनदीनि कलिनात्रम बहुल नो बहेदो ब्रह्म ब्राह्मण यज्ञ पुरुष लोक विदूषक प्रयेण भविष्यन्ति। हरे कृष्ण माता जी, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
प्रफुल्ला माता जी, हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी, प्रणाम माता जी।
कृष्ण।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। येन हवावकालो मनोजापसदो देवमाया मोहिता स्वविधि योग शौच चरित्रविहीना देवहेलनानि पवित्राणि निज निज च गृहाणाम् अस्नानाम् अचमन अशौच केश उन्मोचन दीनि कलिना धर्म बहुले नोपहित धियो ब्रह्म ब्राह्मण यज्ञ पुरुष लोक विदूषकाः प्रायेण भविष्यन्ति। हरे कृष्ण माता जी, थैंक यू माता।
हरे कृष्ण। श्रीनिवास राव प्रभु जी, हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी, दंडवत प्रणाम। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। येन वावकलो मनुजापसदा देवमाया विमोहिताः स्वविधि नियोग शौच चारित्र विहीना देवहेलनान्यपव्रतानि निज निजेच्छया गृह्णान अस्नान अनाचमन असौच केशो उल्लुञ्चनादीनि कलिना धर्म बहुलेनोपहतधियो ब्रह्म ब्राह्मण यज्ञ पुरुष लोक विदूषका प्रायेण भविष्यन्ति। हरे कृष्ण।
थैंक यू हरे कृष्णा। थैंक यू वेरी मच। येन हवावा कलौ मनुजा अपसदः देवमाया मोहिता स्वाविधि नियोग शौचा चरित्र विहीना देवाहेलनानि अपवर्तानि निज निज इच्छया गृहाणः अस्नाना अन आचमन असौचा केशा उल्लुञ्चन आदीनि कलीना अधर्म बहुलेना पहता धियो ब्रह्मा ब्राह्मणा यज्ञ पुरुष लोका विदुष्काः प्रायेण भविष्यन्ति। येन, by which pseudo-religious system, Hava, suddenly, Kalau, in this age of Kali, Manuja Apasadaha, the most condemned men, Deva Maya Mohita, bewildered by the external energy or illusory energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Swavidhi Niyoga Saucha Charitra Vihina, without character, cleanliness, and the rules and regulations given according to one's own duty in life. Deva Helanani, negligent of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Apavatani, impious vows. Nija Nija Ichaya, by their own desires. Grihinanaha, accepting. Asnana anachaman, asaucha, kesha, ulunchana adini. Concocted religious principles such as no bathing, no washing of the mouth, being unclean, and plucking out the hair. Kalina, by the age of Kali, Adharma Bahulena, with an abundance of irreligion, Upahata Dhiya, those whose pure consciousness is destroyed, Brahma Brahmana Yagna Purusha Loka Vidushikaha, blasphemous towards the Vedas, the strict Brahmins, ritualistic ceremonies such as sacrifice, and toward the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the devotees. Prayena, almost entirely, Bhavishyanti, will become. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada Ki Jai. People who are lowest among men and bewildered by the illusory energy of the Supreme Lord will give up the original Varnashram Dharma and its rules and regulations. They will abandon bathing 3 times daily and worshipping the Lord. Abandoning cleanliness and neglecting the Supreme Lord, they will accept nonsensical principles. Not regularly bathing or washing their mouths regularly, they will always remain unclean. And they will pluck out their hair. Following a concocted religion, they will flourish. During this age of Kali, people are more inclined to irreligious systems. Consequently, these people will naturally deride Vedic authority. The followers of Vedic authority, the Brahmins, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the devotees. Purport by Svange Shabbat ki jai. Presently, the hippies in the Western countries fit this description. They are irresponsible and unregulated. They do not bathe and they deride standard Vedic knowledge. They concoct new lifestyles and religions. There are many hippie groups at the present moment, but they are all originated from King Arhat, who imitated the activities of Lord Rishabdev, who was situated on the Paramhansa stage. King Arhat did not care for the fact that Lord Rishabdev acted like a madman. His stool and urine were nonetheless aromatic, so much so that they nicely scented the countryside for miles around. The followers of King Arhat went under the name Jains, and they were later followed by many others, particularly by the hippies, who are more or less offshoots of Mayavad philosophy because they think themselves the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such people do not respect the real followers of Vedic principles, the ideal Brahmanas, nor do they have respect for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Brahman. Due to the influence of this age of Kali, they are apt to concoct false religious systems. Om Agyan Timirandasya Jnananjan Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamahiyam Dadati Sapadantikam. He Krishna Karna Sindhu Dinbandhu Jagat Pate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishbhanuste Devi Pranamami Aditye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advait Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namne Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurvani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. People who are lowest among men and bewildered by the illusory energy of the Supreme Lord will give up the original Varnashram Dharma and its rules and regulations. They will abandon bathing 3 times daily and worshipping the Lord. Abandoning cleanliness and neglecting the Supreme Lord, they will accept nonsensical principles. Not regularly bathing or washing their mouths regularly, they will always remain unclean. And they will pluck out their hair. Following a concocted religion, they will flourish. During this age of Kali, people are more inclined to irreligious systems. Consequently, these people will naturally deride Vedic authority, the followers of Vedic authority, the Brahmins, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the devotees. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th Canto, The Creative Impetus, chapter number 6, which is entitled as The
Activities of
Lord Rishabdev.
People who were asked not to speak yesterday are asked not to speak forever. First, okay. What is the name of the chapter again? The
Activities of Lord Rishabdev.
Very nice. Thank you. So we are studying activities of Lord Rishabdev. And what did we study yesterday? What happened yesterday? Who remembers?
Hearing about Hare Krishna Mataji, hearing about the activities of Rishabdev, the king of Konka, Benka, and Kutachala, he also imitated that system and started his own, that is like that present Jainism.
Yes. So we discussed there are 5 kinds of irreligious systems which Narad Muni teaches Yudhishthira Maharaj. And this also appears somewhere in Chaitanya Chaitamrita. The 5 kinds of irreligious system. Who remembers? Let's see. Vidharma, Paradharma, Abhas, Upadharma, Chaladharma. Okay, so now concocting a new religious system is Upadharma. like concocting a new religious system, something new. Okay, and this is what King Arhat do. Now, this is a projection of future, and we are living this projection. You see, this was projected millions and millions of years ago. Probably this is still Satya Yuga, and we are living this projection of what was projected. So that proves that the words of the Shastras are Tattvadarshi. They are never uh, false. So if we believe the Shastras, we will never be cheated. We can get cheated by the words of our own mind, by the sound vibration of our own mind. We can get cheated by the sound vibration of others around us. We can get cheated by so many people or so much information floating around. But one thing that will never cheat us is the words of the Shastras, which are coming represented by the authorities. In this case, Vyasdev. Okay, now he's projecting that when Upadharma will be manufactured, then people who are lowest among mankind and who are completely bewildered by illusory energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead will give up the original Varnashram Dharma. The original Varnashram Dharma, the goal is to, what is the goal of original Varnashram Dharma? Goal of Varnashram Dharma. To become a very good moral person, or what is the goal?
To please Lord Supreme God.
Please, Krishna.
To reach Krishna, Mataji,
Yeah,
Supreme
so to
Personality.
very nice. So basically, the goal is Varnashram Dharma acts as a stepping stone to elevate one's consciousness from bodily consciousness to spiritual consciousness. So the living entity is very much used to being in a bodily concept of life. We are in a bodily concept of life, but if we follow the rules and regulations of Varnashram Dharma, the same body can actually help us to forget that I'm the body and actually come to the platform that I'm actually part and parcel of Krishna, or I'm actually the soul. But because these people are going to lose that vision, they are going to be unclean. They're going to abandon all the principles of worshipping the Lord. They will not even clean their mouth. Prabhupada talks in the lecture, not in this particular verse's lecture, but I've heard that people drink bed tea without brushing their mouth. Yeah, you see, do you know some people like that? So people drink bed tea without brushing their mouth. Prabhupada talks about it in the class. They get up and they drink bed tea. So that is the highest disservice to one's body one can do, because the mouth is so contaminated because of so many germs and bacteria. And the least one can do is clean the mouth, but they put the water or tea or whatever in the mouth, and then they take it in the gut. And then the gut becomes unhealthy. And when the gut becomes unhealthy, the brain becomes unhealthy. Because mechanically also the brain and the intestines are coming from the same place. So it's very related. What we put there goes inside the upper compartment of the body too. So one has to be very, very careful as to how one is living. If one is not even the basic principles of cleanliness, forget about, actually respecting devotees or respecting the Vedic literature or respecting the followers of Vedas or respecting the Supreme Personality of Godhead or respecting the Brahmanas. What will happen? Why they can't respect all these people? Because they are not respecting who they are. If I'm not able to respect who I am, I am as part and parcel of Krishna, I cannot give that respect to anybody else. Right? The enviousness starts from enviousness to Krishna. And what makes one living entity envious to Krishna? Forgetfulness of one's relationship with Krishna. So if I'm forgetful of the real identity, then whatever I'm going to do is always going to be on a false platform or temporary platform, if not false. Okay, so what makes us not respect other person? Because I don't have that respect for my own self. This is a depth of the Vedic knowledge. The moral education or the material education or the secular education teaches us to do external work, right? To do external work, right? If you go to school and they teach, say thank you, say please. Yeah, have you heard? My children used to go to preschool when they were young, and they says, okay, say thank you, say please, say good morning, like that. They teach children in the school like that. Yeah.
Yes, Mataji, 5 magic words. They say.
What
Yes,
are the 5 magic words?
thank you, sorry. They say like that.
Okay. Okay. So you see, I'm not saying that's bad. I'm not saying that's bad, but it is very external. Okay. But in the Gurukul, what happens when one gets up in the morning, they are asked to pay obeisances to the spiritual master, pay obeisances to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, pay obeisances to the Mother Earth even before stepping on the Mother Earth in the morning. And then get ready, wash your body, come for Mangalarti. So naturally, person becomes so highly, and situated in the mode of goodness that these say thank you, say sorry, say please is very automatic for them. They don't need to be told that say thank you because they're going to respect everyone. Okay, they will have this consciousness of respect and of apologetic if there's a mistake and of taking accountability and responsibility. Krishna consciousness automatically teaches that, right? We have so many examples like Arjun in Bhagavad Gita. Now Krishna, he could have said thank you, sorry, or all these words, or being very moralistic to the other party. He was trying to be very moralistic, but Krishna raised his platform to the spiritual consciousness, so much so that the same Arjun who was refusing to fight in the beginning fights with the full vigor and strength, right? And he takes responsibility of being a servant of Krishna. So when he took the responsibility of being a servant of Krishna, then everything else, all the other noises, confusions, indecisions, or uh, or conception of unhappiness to the family, or fall of dynasty, everything found its resting place. Prabhupada explains that if you know, in 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada explains, if you know the cause of both material and spiritual nature, then you will know everything else. Right? If we don't know the cause, then we will not know everything. We will know something of everything, but not everything of everything. But if we know Krishna, then we know everything, because the formula is very simple. So one principle that I adopted in my journey of Krishna consciousness, and you can share what you adopted a very long time ago by hearing Prabhupada every day, is Krishna consciousness is simple. If I'm not able to understand Krishna consciousness, then it is not Krishna consciousness, because Prabhupada has explained it in a very, very simple manner. Krishna consciousness philosophy is not complicated. It's not jugglery of words. It's not chala dharma, right? Chala dharma is another kind of irreligious practice where jugglery of words, like Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita, but everybody else is like doing the jugglery of the words to make it their own Gita. That's not Krishna consciousness. So in your journey of Krishna consciousness, of your practice of reading Prabhupada books, giving classes, or attending classes, or associating with the devotees, or doing anything in Krishna consciousness, chanting your rounds, or associating with the sound vibration with you in your own life, or trying to see Krishna, it should be simple. Very, very simple. Hippie life is a complicated life because it is against the laws of the nature. If we go against the laws of the nature, we are going to get complicated. If we are aligned ourselves, if we align ourselves according to the rules and regulations, we are going to be living a very, very simple life internally. And when this life becomes simple internally, it becomes simple externally. What makes people have complicated lives? Because their internal, no, they don't have shanti. Right? The heart is not satisfied. So many 10 different directions one is getting pulled. So when they don't have satisfaction, then naturally a soul is seeking satisfaction. So the satisfaction will be sought in something material. So the life becomes very complicated. And then very soon the time ends. And then we figure out that, oh my goodness, then these things happen. What is this midlife crisis? Have you heard of this midlife crisis, or this crisis or that crisis? And all these things happen because we never led a simple life. We actually, and why we're not able to lead a simple life? Because our heart was not simple. So many, so much kitch pitch going on inside the consciousness. So please remember that we don't have to become a hippie. We don't have to become a non-follower of Varnashram Dharma. We don't have to, have unclean mouth or not bathing regularly or not or plucking out hair or having some concocted religion. There is no need. There is no need because we have everything very nicely given to us. So we can actually become a pure devotee of Krishna in this life by following the principles of Varnashram Dharma. If we don't follow the principles of Varnashram Dharma and we follow some concocted religion, this is the future. Okay, it's given here. And then we see that Prabhupada has given example, hippies in the Western countries fit this description. So you see, I say that again and again, going to Krishna is a risk. It's a risk. We have taken a risk that this life I will try my best to go to Krishna. It's a case of taking a risk. Not going to Krishna or not trying to go to Krishna is also a risk. So choose your risk. We cannot have a risk-free life. It's not possible unless and until we end up with Krishna in Goloka Vrindavan. It's not possible. So what is not possible? Then rather than wasting time there, choose what risk you want to take for your own sake and feed that particular decision. Once you have made a decision, stick to it. And by making a decision and sticking to the decision defines the integrity of character of a person. If a person is not able to decide or decides but doesn't stick to it, there is no integrity in the character of that person. A person cannot trust their own self. Well, how can someone else trust that person, right? How can, we put faith in someone who doesn't put faith in their own self? So by putting faith in Krishna, we grow everywhere. We grow in every domain of life. We don't get deprived of anything. But that's, of course, not the reason to go to putting faith in Krishna, but that's actually a byproduct. It happens anyway. And there's not even one devotee. Can you think of one personality from the Shastras that you know of who made a decision to go to Krishna, but was left deprived of something in life? One personality. Can you tell me? From anywhere. Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Chaitamrita, any one personality.
No, Mata.
Nobody comes, right? Okay, now can you tell me one personality who had to suffer so much because they were against Krishna or they did not take the right step of going to Krishna? They could have. They knew Krishna is God. They could have gone to Krishna, but they decided no, not to go. Who is that?
Duryodhan.
Duryodhan.
Duryodhan, okay, very nice. Okay, who else?
Hiranyakashipu Mataji.
Huh?
Hiranyakashipu Mataji.
Hiranyakashipu could have
Kamsa.
gone. Okay,
Kamsa.
Kansa, okay. Okay, very nice. All the demons we can say. Okay.
Shishupala.
Shishupal, okay.
Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra, Mataji.
Dhritarashtra, very nice. Dhritarashtra, very nice.
Mataji, Duryodhan didn't accept Krishna as God, no Mataji. So he only used to think that he's doing some magic tricks and all of that, but he never thought that Krishna is God, no?
Yes. So are
He
the
did not
demons.
accept.
But we can still say that these are the examples that Krishna is right there. They could have. There was chance, but they didn't do it. You know the spiritual master of Bali Maharaj. What is his name?
Shukracharya Mataji.
Shukracharya.
Pracharya.
Shukracharya knew
Dhritarashtra.
Vaman Dev is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He knew, right? He still told Bali Maharaj, don't give him any charity. So that way, don't become like so unfortunate or most unfortunate, because this fortune is now given to each one of us, and we must know what we have. We have this fortune. If somebody has a lot of riches and a lot of precious jewels, a lot of assets, do they keep it locked up in a safe place, or do they keep it like open to the public? Here you go. My bank balance or my locker is open. How do they keep it?
Locked up. Safe. Locked up.
Locked up, okay? So like that, when we have the most valuable jewel of Krishna consciousness, understand that this is my chance. This has to be, because it is so valuable, not many people have access to it. But not many people are ready. Everyone has access to it because it's a Yuga Dharma of chanting Hare Krishna, but not many people are ready because it's so valuable. Not everybody can value the valuable. That's why not everybody has valuables. So if you have something which is valuable, value it properly, and chant Hare Krishna, and be very serious and vigilant, and have some integrity in your character of making a decision of going to Krishna and sticking to it. Every single day, rejoin ISKCON. Rejoin every day. It's not like, okay, and when we meet and we ask, okay, when did you join ISKCON? This morning. Okay. This morning I joined ISKCON. And like, I joined 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Okay, there's some credibility in the number of years one has joined, but have you, rejoined it again and again? We need to rejoin and keep it refreshed. Don't become familiar. If we become familiar with the process, then we lose the enthusiasm. Right? Familiarity breeds contempt. So any questions, reflections, realizations, corrections, or complaints? So basically, this particular verse, it is projected that Upadharma, the followers of Upadharma, are going to be the propagators of Kali Yuga in this manner, as it is shown over here. Surekha Mataji, go ahead, please.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I wanted to know about, you said Vidharma, Upadharma, Abhas. What are those 5 things, and how they are different from
I
each other?
showed yesterday. You don't listen class what was done yesterday.
Yes.
And you come go back to 7th canto, 15th chapter, verse number 12 and 13.
Okay.
Out of course question. Okay. What is that? 5 kinds of irreligious systems. Vidharma, Upadharma, Paradharma, Abhas, and Chaladharma. 7, 15, 12, then 13th. Okay. Question, reflection, realizations, corrections, or complaints from what we did today? Nobody. I can't understand if somebody said anything. Okay, then we go to the demon. Krishna killed demons. Today's demon. I think we can stop the live stream. Prem Prakash, Haridas Prabhu.
Yep.
So tell me